We are up in LA today. We are visiting a very special place, and that is the store created by Chelsea Von Mach, who is one of the most inspiring people I know, and I feel so fortunate to know her. And we are here visiting today to sit down and have an incredible creative conversation all about her creative process, just get inside her mind. That is actually landing right now, part 2. You can catch the entire conversation, but today in this video, part 1, we're just going to go inside and hang out with Chelsea. We're going to talk about different inspirations. We're actually going to go through her creative process. We're going to get the scoop on what she's wearing right now, what she's inspired by, different styling ideas she has. So this is all about the action, and then part 2 is all about the conversation. So make sure you check out part 2. But right now, let's get into the action. So we are inside the store with Chelsea Von Mach.
Hello, hello.
And you have to check out part 2, where Chelsea and I sat down and had an incredible, fun, inspiring conversation that could have gone on forever. But we're going to get into all of the fun and action when it comes to styling. But first things first, let me give you a quick little introduction to Chelsea, who, as I said out there, is one of the most inspiring people I know. And seriously,
that means the world to me.
Seriously, can you give everybody a quick little rundown of maybe a little bit of your career and then how you landed here with the store?
Okay, so I moved out here to LA to go to school, went to fashion school, started assisting a bunch of stylists, then got into TV and film and started working on that and also doing red carpet stuff. Always dabbled in vintage, never thought I could actually open up a store, but after COVID I ended up quitting a TV show I worked on, and sort of one thing led to another with a space in Santa Monica I was in for 3 years. And then 2 months ago, I landed this spot in West Adams just because I thought it was a really cool and up and coming area, and there's tons of creatives over here, and I just love the community and the people, and
it's so light and bright, and it's wonderful. So that's a little bit about Chelsea, but first, before we dive into just some styling and some creative process, I need to know all about what you're wearing, and even just what you're wearing, but then maybe even what inspired it, or kind of what was your process in getting dressed this morning?
Okay, so it was freezing this morning where I was, so I'm wearing a vintage fur, and I like that it's a blonde fur.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah.
It has really, really nice velvet lined pockets, which I also love. I feel like I was in a rush this morning, so I just threw on a pair of Levi's, my cowboy boots, and then my shirts that I have made, a bunch of charms that I've collected. Rings is this moonstone ring that I actually got as a gift this past Christmas.
Cute. So we broke down your outfit, and you were just chatting about your shirt.
Yeah,
tell us more.
They're called A Girl in a Shirt. They're based off a shirt that I found in Paris. So they're an old men's chore shirt, probably turn of the century, late 1800s. So I took that design and made them into my own shirts. And the whole inspiration for them is sort of 60s new wave cinema, what's the movie? Breathless. So the whole inspiration was very French Breathless, a girl sort of being able to steal her boyfriend's shirt or husband's shirt, sleep in it, and run out in it the next morning. They're short in the front and long in the back, and they're just sort of this fun, oversized, very wearable shirt. And I do them in white, a periwinkle blue, and then a light blue with white stripes.
I love that. And actually, I feel like recently you were talking about, was it light blue and dark denim?
It was light blue and like a mocha.
Oh yeah,
color.
I loved it. Like sparked something for me
Right.
where I was like, I didn't think of that. Like, or like it just made me want to go wear that color combination. Yeah.
I got really into looking at like Pantones and matching them because I was trying to figure out like another visual of how to like showcase colors.
Yeah. In terms of the styling of the shirt, what are just a few styling ideas that you've done with the shirt? I mean, today
So
is a perfect
easy,
example.
just tucked in with jeans. I feel like people get a little bit overwhelmed because it's like a lot of extra fabric, but you can totally tuck it into jeans and it won't like bunch up or anything like that. I've worn them with just like a little like mini skirt underneath.
I'm going to think about how I might wear it. I'm going to go in my closet right now, inside the dress up closet, and think on how I might style the shirt. A girl in a shirt, right?
A girl in a shirt,
Girl in a shirt. I love the shape of it and the oversizedness of it. And actually, I think right now, I don't know why, I've been really drawn to khaki lately and more of a wide leg or kind of a substantial khaki, not a classic like tapered leg. So I have a pair of wide leg khaki. So I think I would do like even like a striped shirt or a shirt that has something going on underneath it, and then this on top of it, and then I would do my khaki pants. But I think I would just like let it billow out, and then I might, throw a vest over that, and then I would probably do like a little scarf around, and then maybe I'd probably do like more of a boxy jacket. So kind of go for like lots of volume and all of that. But I also just love, honestly, something similar that I wore was like this, and then maybe a tutu, and then like a belt bag. Like I did a similar type shirt, but with like a Gucci belt bag and heels, like very Carrie Bradshaw.
Super cute.
But it's seasonless and trendless, and everyone needs like a classic shirt like this. But I also love that you've like built it around this whole concept and story. So
yeah, it's like very French New Wave inspired.
Something I want to know is what you've been wearing lately, what's been inspiring you as you've been getting dressed, or I don't know, just like what's sparking for you right now when you're going in your closet.
I feel like I really love this new designer, Scandinavian Nicholas Skovgaard, if that's how you pronounce it. I love his like 80s silhouettes he's doing, because I feel like that he's making them like look new and not old and dated. I also love... I've been screenshotting these girls from Paris who she used to work at this vintage store. Thanks God I'm VIP. I don't think she works there anymore, but just their like outfit post I really like.
It's such a easy, like fun styling of vintage and kind of a, I don't know, it just feels playful and wearable. And
she's become sort of like this vintage influencer now.
Oh,
I don't, do you follow her?
No. Wait, I need to know more.
Her name's Zoe Hatukui. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's very 80s inspired, and she'll go around to like Paris vintage flea markets and find things for like €1 or €2 and show how to like style them up. Yeah. But I feel like she's so cute and just so fun.
So fun.
Like I love that she's not so serious, and her style's cute and fun and playful, and it's all very like attainable
a good red
too.
Lip.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's very attainable, but like still feels really interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just chatting inspirations, and so both of us were like looking at our phones, which I think is such a good picture of what's inspiring us right now. It's funny because I've been in this weird, one is like this whole idea of like a very layered up.
Oh, I love that.
Like weird, I don't even know how this all connects, but to me.
I have that saved.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I love that.
Just like this, lots of textures and layers. I want California to not be as warm as it is because this is very frustrating. But then there's this other side of me that's been in very cozy mode, which I call like my cocoon, which is just like prints, textures, knits, comfy shoes, but all done in a way that feels creative and fun still. So I feel like that's kind of been where my brain is. But then I am in the phase now where I'm like rebirthing into the year, and like what, like new, fresh, and like I want to like go for it. But what is that exactly? I don't know. Actually, just screenshotted from that street style photographer, but this woman's hat I was obsessed with. But actually, I really liked a lot of always men's. I end up loving men's outfits, but I didn't even save it. Darn it! But
Oh, that's cool.
I loved this girl. Like, she actually started this brand called Sloppy Seconds, and she reworks liner jackets and makes them like cropped and stuff like that, and reworks shirts too. She does this kind of, she like does that like pleating or whatever. Anyways, so I don't know, menswear.
Super cute.
That's what's on my mind. And something I've been thinking a lot about is just the essentials that anybody who wants to create a dress-up closet should have. I feel like there's always like key things I feel like make the magic to an outfit. And so one thing I want to know from everyone else is what are their essentials to a magical dress-up closet? And maybe you have a few here at the store.
I feel like right now I'm really into shoes. I've gotten all of these like Romeo Gili shoes in recently, and they're all very like, I don't know, how would you describe? They're
Let's
like
go find them.
interesting.
Let's go see
like,
them. Yeah.
So I feel like this is an iconic Gili shoe, the pointed like ballet flat. So it's what I like about it is, you know, like everyone's wearing ballet flats.
Right.
So like why not have something that's like a little spin off of that to make yourself different?
Yep. So the basic but not basic at all.
Basic, but not basic.
These
Same
are
with-
as well. Oh
I mean,
my
these
gosh.
are like works of art.
Wow.
Honestly, like museum worthy, but again, like a flat, like a spin on a regular classic flat.
Yeah, totally.
With these cool, vibrant.
Well, they have like a jewel tone to
yeah.
them, yeah. Okay, and then there were some boots too,
And then the
right?
boots, I love.
Yes.
I feel like his stuff still looks so modern. It's not like vintagey vintage, like crazy vintage is which I think he's just sort of like a genius designer because they still look so new and fresh.
Yep. It's actually when I feel like I went through this whole thing with the 90s revival designers. I think it was like 2021, and how do you say it?
Romeo Gili.
Gili.
Yeah.
I feel like was like, like I hadn't really gone down that whole rabbit trail really, and then just totally have a whole pin board like dedicated to his pieces. But how would you style these? What's an idea?
You know what? I thought they were actually, and this is maybe like too much for someone, but I styled them with this
Here, let's pull it out.
green
Yes, love.
top, and then I think you saw it in my stories.
Yes.
Just like the
Perfect.
sweatshirt as well.
Yep.
And it's a great like color blocking
Yep.
too, because of the blue and the green and the brown go so nicely together.
Yes. We were talking about this in our conversation too,
Yeah.
just that kind of, I think you're so good at the juxtaposition of kind of making something work for the everyday. It's like, yes, a taffeta green skirt and then these incredible lace up heels, you know, heeled boots. But then if you throw on that sweatshirt, how it can just make it so cool and effortless and feels like, let's go grab a coffee. No big deal.
Do you feel like you dress for like where you are at all? Because I just feel like LA is so laid back that sometimes I have to like show these sort of more attainable outfits.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do and I don't. Depends. I love a theme. So, I mean, it could be that we're going to the bowling alley and then I think, ooh, what's my bowling alley look, you know?
Yeah.
But then also, you know, I get to dress up for work in a different way maybe than if I didn't do what I did. But I kind of think every day is an opportunity. So it's like, yes, I do have like my more chill days where I'm just like want to keep it easy breezy and like it's denim, and I kind of have my almost like a recipe, like a denim and a blazer and a great sweatshirt or whatever. But I kind of do think, okay, well, if like this day involves, you know, whatever, like a meeting at school with my, I'm like, okay, well, what's my meeting at school outfit? Like, you know, and it's like a little story or whatever. So and then I do, because of Be Jones Style, I create characters and then I kind of live in that character for a little bit. It really does take over, which I love. It doesn't just live here on Be Jones Style. It really like translates. And it is funny, the people that are friends of mine who also look at my content, they'll be like, oh, you're in the summer of Carrie Bradshaw, I can tell. And I'm like, I know, you know. So I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, definitely being in the West Coast has an influence for sure.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
I feel like it's a little bit more laid back, which I feel like I sometimes like fall into, but I'm trying not to. Like,
but you always have something that is sparking too. I think it's about just adding a little bit of that extra magic. You know what I mean? Even if it is, I mean, we all want to be practical at the same time and comfortable at times too, you know, but it's just like adding that little bit. Even for me, sometimes it's about an accessory. It's like a specific, I'm really into this silver bauble necklace that I'm kind of wearing with everything right now, but it broke. So that's why I'm not wearing it today, but I'll just like put that on and it doesn't necessarily go, but it just makes the outfit feel a little bit elevated. So
I feel like I have the store and I try to dress up every day, but some days like I'm literally just like schlepping things
clothes
in or like hanging pictures up or moving like furniture around. So I have to dress for like that as well, that sort of like practicality. But I love when I do actually get like really dressed up and I have to use the restroom across the street and like people will be like, oh my God, I love your outfit.
I know.
It's so much fun.
That's the best. Diane and I have some friendly baristas at a drive-through that we go through that like know our outfits now, and they
like
love it. Yes,
people's day.
Yes, they're like, oh my gosh, I love y'all's looks today or whatever. So it's funny. I almost feel like if I'm going to go get coffee, I better have on an outfit because they're like almost like expecting it. So it's fun. I love that. Right when I walked in the store, I noticed this rack. There's something magical happening here, and I want the scoop on this idea.
So this is my rack for people who are sort of like scared of vintage.
Yeah.
It's my like jeans and sweatshirts rack because I feel like this stuff is all very wearable. Yeah, that's like pretty much it behind it because I feel like I have a really good friend who like loves vintage sweatshirts, and for a while I didn't even really like collect sweatshirts at all because I'm like, I'm not a sweatshirt person.
Right.
Like, I like dresses and I want people to dress up, and I'm like anti dressing down with jeans and sweatshirts. She's like, you need to do it, you'll sell them. And so this is like,
has that worked?
It has, yeah. This is my Jessica's sweatshirt.
I love
rack.
that. I love that.
I've dedicated it to her. This one's actually really cute.
Yeah.
It's the one and only IOU legend.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
This is actually cool because my friend designs his own line, so some of his pieces are in my store.
One of the number one things that I absolutely love about Chelsea's content is her Instagram stories. I say it's like your creative consciousness, just this flow of creativity. I always feel like I can open it up and get like sparked with fresh ideas. And so I want to know how that happens for you. Like, how do you go through this whole process? Walk us through the process of creating your Instagram stories.
There is absolutely no rhyme or reason. Like, I'm looking at my stories now. So let's take this vest for a sec. Like, whatever. We styled it with a sweatshirt underneath. And I sort of like created like where I think she should wear it, and then sometimes like someone will jump in my DMs and be like, oh my God, it reminds me of like Nicholas Gesquier when he did Balenciaga. So then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, it does. Then you go down the rabbit hole of like what it's looks like. Lately I've been playing around with Pantone colors for visualization of what like you can match together. And so we took the blue shirt and paired it with all these like brown bomber jackets.
So something I love is you were saying like where that person would wear the outfit, which I just think is so much fun. Like it just gives little spark ideas like, oh, okay, I like that.
I love creating like scenarios of where you could wear the outfit to in real life.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times I actually like deleted and restarted storing this because I couldn't like figure out where I wanted the placement of the fonts
where
and
they
stuff.
would go, yeah.
And then an example of a girl in a shirt, Kelly Ruth Bird wearing one. And then we have
Julia Fox.
Yes. And then we have the sweatshirt
with the green
and the Romeo Gilly boots. And then this is actually one of my favorite street style photos I've like ever saved, and this is from a long time ago.
Yes, that's OG sartorius of Yasmin.
Yeah, Yasmin
Can't think of her last name, but yes.
I can't either, because I don't think she's really in fashion anymore. I think she created her own perfume line.
Okay.
But I loved this color combo of the blue and the emerald green.
So it was just funny as you were talking about that Instagram story. So I saw that and then I was like, blue. I haven't worn blue button downs in a while. And so that like sent me in my closet. And I was like, I want to wear blue and dark denim. It just like sparked that idea for me. And again, blues are funny for me. I am challenged by them sometimes.
Really?
Yes.
Because I feel like you're blonde, blue eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, one colors somewhat challenge me. I'm a print girl or a texture girl. And so sometimes I'm not going on color. I'm going on prints and textures. And so anyways, I like went in my closet. I definitely still went like my direction of that, but I ended up in this vintage 1970s blouse or button down that has all this like shag on it, and then I paired it with these high-waist denim, and then I like went down the Bijoux style rabbit trail where I'm like in a patchwork blazer and like an old and then I was a fisherman all of a sudden, and I'm like, I actually was also watching this TV show where it's set in this like town that everyone's a fisherman, and then I'm like, and then I'm a character in the show and I'm channeling like my marine fisher style as well. So it like it started with your idea that then led me into my idea.
I love that.
Well, I feel like that was the perfect icing on the cake to just like a really fun morning spending time with you, just getting inspired, just two creative minds like combusting and I think we need it. We like need to be like jolted a little bit. And we all do that for each other. And I think that is the magic of fashion is that and style is just that it is somewhat collaborative all the time. Like everyone's always being influenced and affected by other people or art or music or cinema or whatever it is. Art that people create other art. And so to me, that's the magic. And that's really what I want to bring to this whole series is that I get to sit down and get sparked and jolted like cables when your cars. What is that called with a cable?
Wait, did you see the?
What? Oh, now we're doing more.
Sorry.
No, I want to see.
It like sparked something that I stored the other day. Did you see the Miuccia Prada video of like she's like you have to like keep.
I saw that. I didn't actually end up watching it. I don't think.
Then is my moment to say study, 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 learn, watch movies. Watch art, read literature.
My whole goal of this series is really to just spark more fresh, new creativity, get to sit and hang out with other people who have creative minds that I want to know more about. And I think just spread some of that magic out into the world. And I do think we're at a time where there is like same. So it's good to like, just like gather and learn like Miuccia Prada was saying of like study and learn and look at other sources. And I remember, I can't think of her name right now, but she's a makeup artist from an event that I was working on. And she was saying like, don't look at social media, actually look at everything else.
Exactly, like immerse yourself. I feel like I try at least every year to go to like an opera or a ballet or just like actually being at some sort of like performance or just like immersing myself in the arts.
Yeah, I love to take a day where I go and get old fashion books or I'll go to even like the library or to even Barnes and Noble and I'll like get all the fashion books off the shelf and I'll usually buy one of them, but I'm like looking through all of them and just a day of like soaking up inspiration just to kind of like start fresh ideas. So anyways, that was the whole goal. And thank you so much for
Thanks for having
hanging
me.
with me.
Gosh.
It was a blast.
I'm so honored.
Oh, the best. We also sat down and had just a really fun conversation that you guys can tune into in part 2, which is the conversation. And just put that on, put your makeup on, put it on in your closet while you're getting dressed. It'll just maybe spark fresh new ideas for you. So thank you so much for watching. You can tune in to more of these episodes coming this entire year of 2025. Check out Chelsea on Instagram at
I'm like, what is it? At Chelsea_Von Mach.
And you come shop the store.
The store, 5124 West Adams.
Yes, and follow on TikTok. And also subscribe to Chelsea's Substack, which is a magical, basically, magazine she creates with her partner.
Tim Farah.
Yes, amazing. So do all of those things. All the links will be down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. You can subscribe to my channel. I have new videos every single Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And finally, always play dress up. Bye.